Welcome back to Dynamics. Okay, so I haven't done a video in a while again. Seems to be my thing. So sorry about that. This video is going to be kind of like a, a collection of different thoughts about the WWE moving forward. So the draft went. So I did pretty good with my predictions for the draft. Just swap the shows. SmackDown ended up being more the entertainment show, Raw being more the wrestling show, but not as defined as I was, saying they should do. But still pretty much that. A lot of the guys, again, if you switch the shows, a lot of the guys ended up on the shows that I thought they should end up on, or the opposite of the shows that I thought they should end up on if you don't switch the shows, which is still pretty good. And I'm pretty satisfied with how they split up the rosters. There were some mistakes made, and then obviously the rules and what is a free agent, and why is everybody available to be drafted even if you just draft them to the same show they were already on, that sort of thing. So yeah, there were some hits and misses with it, but overall pretty good. I also was going to do a video giving my predictions for Backlash. I didn't do that, which is unfortunate because my predictions for WrestleMania went very poorly, but my predictions for Backlash was almost 100%. The only match that I got wrong in retrospective is the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Matt Riddle versus the Bloodline match. I did think the Bloodline was going to lose and further divide from that. They did the whole further divide thing, but they won the match. So that's the only one that I got wrong as far as my predictions go. And, you can take my word for it, but I also I'm doing the Wrestle Talk Wrestle League or Fantasy League or whatever they call it, or whatever you want to call it. So that the YouTube channel Wrestle Talk has a kind of a fantasy league. And so it's kind of funny because back when I was, a younger Jero, back in my younger days, WWE did a fantasy league. And at one point, I was number 2 in the nation in the fantasy league, and it was on the back of predicting or choosing Carlito in his opening show, his first show with the WWE. So I picked Carlito to win his first match, which was not a big stretch, but it ended up being big points because Carlito won the U.S. title off John Cena in his first match. So I got a bunch of points off that. I was number 2 in the nation. I didn't end up obviously winning, and then I don't think I was in the top 10, but I was still a pretty good ranking, considering it was nationwide. And so this thing, I'm tied for second because a bunch of people got all of the predictions right, and then I was part of the second tier that missed only one point basically. And so we'll see how it goes moving forward. I'll update you guys. It's just all in good fun. I don't expect to win, and saying that I'm tied for second when there's probably hundreds of people in first place and hundreds of people in second place, it's not a big deal, but it's kind of fun. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes moving forward. And so I'll give prediction videos, and I'll say how they kind of turned out, and how the fantasy league's going moving forward. So I want to kind of give some speculation about tonight's Raw and about the WWE moving forward. Now, so this isn't really a prediction because I actually don't see WWE doing this, but this is what I think they should do. So you have the championship tournament for the new championship that's going to be on Raw. They have SmackDown guys in the tournament, which is really weird, and everybody's like, why? Why are you doing that? What I think it should be the reason, and the reason is probably just because they can, and they don't really care about brand splits. But the reason I think they should do it is they should have a SmackDown star win the tournament. Have a SmackDown star win the tournament. They have to come to Raw because the title is an only Raw title, and so SmackDown has to get somebody. So there has to be a trade, and you trade Cody Rhodes to SmackDown. That's how it should play out. Is that how it's going to play out? Probably not. But that's what should happen. And Cody Rhodes doesn't win the title because Brock Lesnar interferes with whatever match he's in. Whether it's the match that's tonight or the match that's going to be next week or the match that's going to be at in Saudi Arabia. But either way, Brock Lesnar is going to cost Cody Rhodes the title. I don't think Cody Rhodes wins the title. That's not my prediction. I don't think he wins it. And I think Brock Lesnar costs him the match, continuing their storyline. But it would also be perfect because it would set up Cody Rhodes being drafted to or traded to SmackDown. That's what I would do. But we'll see. And then who wins the title? Because they have made some announcements. So let's kind of take a look at some things here. So on the, where'd it go? I did have it up on Twitter. I should have put it in a separate screen. They've announced the winners, or not the winners, the matches. So let me see. Let me just go to WWE's Twitter account here. See if it's on there or if I have to go to their website. Let me see. And my dogs are scratching. You know what? Let me go ahead and pause it and I'll let the dogs in and then I will find that and I will finish the video. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. Let me pull that up. Pause. And unpause. Okay, so the matches. Well, so let's go ahead and go over who is actually in the tournament. The tournament is Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Seth freaking Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura, The Miz, AJ Styles, Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, Edge, Rey Mysterio, Sheamus. Okay, so you take a look at this, and then let's go ahead and take a look at the matches. So we'll start with that. So we don't know what the SmackDown matches are, but the 2 3-way matches on Raw are Rollins versus Shinsuke versus the Archer of Infamy. It says Archer of Infamy. That's Damian Priest. And then in the other match, it's The Miz, Finn Balor, and Cody Rhodes. Okay, so let's kind of see how this could play out. One, unless they have plans to do what I predicted and have a SmackDown guy win, I think Rollins is probably the top pick, most likely to win this tournament. So Rollins versus Shinsuke versus Damian Priest. I'm pretty sure Rollins is winning this match, even if that's not the direction they end up going. But I'm almost 100% sure Rollins wins this match. Shinsuke and Damian Priest could start a program from this. That'd be pretty cool. And technically, I think, so if I had to rank it, I'd say Rollins most likely, Shinsuke second most likely, Damian Priest third. Damian Priest will be world champion one day. I can almost guarantee that. Just not yet. Okay. But Rollins probably wins. Shinsuke's a distant second possibility. In the next match, Miz, Balor, Cody Rhodes. So, they could have Brock Lesnar come in during this match. Brock Lesnar takes out Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor and The Miz, finish up the match. Or, Brock Lesnar takes out Cody Rhodes and either Finn Balor or The Miz pins him and gets to move on. So that's a possibility. If that happens, pretty sure it's going to be Finn Balor. And then so the next match would be Finn Balor versus Rollins, which is a great match. Always goes over well. The possibility is there for The Miz. I don't think so. They could also have Cody Rhodes win this match, and then next week on Raw have Brock Lesnar interfere. If they plan on having a SmackDown star win, I could even see Cody Rhodes even winning that match and Brock Lesnar not interfering until actually in Saudi Arabia, causing the SmackDown guy to win. And so that's what I'm going to predict because I would like to see a SmackDown guy win. So I'm going to predict that Cody Rhodes wins this match, that Brock Lesnar doesn't get involved. If Brock Lesnar gets involved, I think Finn Balor takes it. Slight possibility of The Miz. So that's my predictions for tonight. Rollins, Cody Rhodes, they each win. So the problem is that sets up a third match with Rollins and Cody Rhodes now that I'm like kind of going through this in my head. But that would mean that it'd be more likely that there's almost no way they're going to have Rollins lose to Cody Rhodes again. There's just almost no way that's going to happen. So if that were the case, if they were going to go with Rhodes going all the way until Saudi Arabia, and that's my prediction, although I think more than likely WWE is just going to have Rollins win it. So Cody Rhodes could win this one, go to next week, wrestle Rollins, Brock Lesnar interferes, Rollins wins the match, and Rollins goes on and wins the championship. But let's go with what I think should happen. So Cody Rhodes wins. He has to wrestle Rollins next week. He would win, and he would go on to Saudi Arabia. So, you know what? Let's switch it up. But I'm not sure how you have Rollins lose this match. I'm just talking it through here. How do you have Rollins lose this match? So, yeah, let's go with Shinsuke. Go with Shinsuke in that match. I guess it would make more sense to have it be Rhodes versus Damian Priest. You know what? No, let's just throw this all out the window. They're gonna want a match between Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia. Brock Lesnar interferes tonight. Cody Rhodes gets taken out. Finn Balor wins the match. Rollins wins the match, and then we have Rollins versus Finn Balor next week. That's my prediction. There we go. A little less complicated that way. And then Cody Rhodes can wrestle Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia. The winner of Rollins and Finn Balor will go and wrestle in Saudi Arabia against the SmackDown winner. I'm going to assume it's Rollins. Rollins will beat Balor and go on to Saudi Arabia and wrestle for the title. That's my predictions. All right, so let's take a look at the SmackDown side. We don't know the two matches, but let's just kind of talk through here. If a SmackDown wrestler wins this match and becomes the Raw champion, who's it gonna be? AJ Styles, Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, Edge, Rey Mysterio, Sheamus. Okay. So it's not going to be AJ Styles because I think AJ Styles on SmackDown makes the most sense. He is a credible challenger to Roman Reigns. He's got the whole group with him, the OC. So they're not going to bring him to Raw and have SmackDown lose the whole OC. So AJ Styles is not going to be the guy. But I do see him getting a shot at Roman Reigns. Austin Theory, possible, but I think it's too early. And what do they do with the U.S. title? Does he just drop it? I mean, I don't know what he does with that. So I don't think it's Austin Theory. I think Bobby Lashley over on SmackDown is another good, credible challenger to Roman Reigns. You leave him there. That leaves Edge, Rey Mysterio, or Sheamus. I think you probably leave Edge over there too because he has some new people he can wrestle there. The problem is he's not a credible challenger to Roman Reigns at this point. Whereas if you have him over on Raw, he could be one of the guys that goes up against whoever ends up being the champion on Raw. So Edge could be the guy, and they could give him one last run as champion. I could see them doing that. So he's in there. He's in the talks. Rey Mysterio, probably not, well, for a number of reasons. One, they're going to leave him on SmackDown. I don't think they're going to bring him to Raw and have to deal with the fact that he's on the same brand as the Judgment Day again. I just don't see that happening. So Rey Mysterio, I think, is with the other three. I think there's almost no chance of Rey winning this. So that leaves us with Sheamus. I think Sheamus wins this match. This is my pick. Sheamus goes on to Saudi Arabia and wins the Raw title because a couple of reasons. One, it plays into that story that I'm telling, which is that Cody Rhodes needs to be traded to SmackDown so that Raw can get Sheamus. Sheamus then is on the same brand as Drew McIntyre and Walter again. Walter. His name isn't Walter anymore, is it? Let's see. Gunther, sorry. It should be Walter, but Gunther. He'll be on the same brand. So the problem with that is it does kind of like keep that story going, but it could be a different story. It could be now Gunther is the IC champion for a long time. Sheamus is the world champion, and eventually it will be Gunther challenging Sheamus for the title for world champion. So I like that. I want to see that. It gets Sheamus over onto the SmackDown or onto the Raw brand, which I think is a good fit for him. It gets him away from the Brawling Brutes, who will then, because I don't think they would need to come with him. You could get Pete Dunne, kind of going back to more of a Pete Dunne character, with his partner Ridge Holland. They'll be buddies or whatever, but they won't have to be the Brawling Brutes anymore. They can be whoever they are. Edge is still a possibility. Give him one last run with the title. Sheamus is my pick, though. I think Sheamus wins the SmackDown side of things, and then wins the title in Saudi Arabia. Ends up beating Rollins. Kind of an interesting take. Yep, that's what I see happening. All right, there it is. That's my picks. All right. And I can almost guarantee I'm going to be wrong, but that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going with. We'll see how that goes. SmackDown, Sheamus could lose in the first match, and then my whole thing's all messed up. All right, so WWE moving forward should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, seeing what they do with things. I'll keep doing my predictions, see how they go. And I like the brand split. I hope they stick with it. I don't like that they took the NXT champions, and it didn't seem like they took some of the people that they really should have taken from NXT, like Braun Breaker and Corey Jade. But I'm assuming they're going to make it not just a draft thing. They're going to make a they're just going to get called up and be more of a big deal when they get called up. I think is probably what the thought is. Let him finish up his storyline with Carmelo, and then he'll come up as like an actual call up instead of a draft. So we'll see. All right, everybody. Hopefully you enjoy the WWE videos as much as I enjoy doing them, even though I'm just like talking through it with you guys. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a good day.